We're going to start today talking about pawn champs. So if you didn't see, I posted on Twitter about it, and there's a couple things to clarify. A lot of it, whether you believe me or not, is fine. I get it. But I lied to you yesterday. I cheated against Wolf. He's a better player than me. And that second game, obviously 26 moves in a row. Yeah, I cheated. I was thinking about this morning. Also, I just want to clarify, I apologize if I look like I've been beat to hell and sleep last night. That's not to build sympathy or pity or anything like that. That's just the situation. So the reason I brought it up is if I ramble, it's because I didn't sleep much. What ended up happening, I betrayed the trust of the chess community. I betrayed the trust of my chat. And I lied directly to Wolf. And so if for some reason you see this, I'm sorry.
Wolfie is like 1400 monster of an opponent. And again, final thoughts will come at the end. Let's focus on the chess right now. The game opens with a Ponziani. This is the Ponziani. Great opening. I have a video, by the way, if anybody's watching this from like the gaming community, not big into chess. I have a video called The Best Beginner Chess Opening. It's a pretty good opening. All right. So Lupo played c3. Black went here. Pawn to d4, which is all very reasonable. This is all the opening. Whether it's memorized or not, it is what it is. The bishop goes to d6. Not a great move. Not a terrible move, but it's, you know, it makes sense. Wolfie's never seen this before, and Wolfie doesn't want to surrender the center of the board. Now, where this game gets interesting is, you know, we have development here, pawn capturing in the center, bishop giving a check to avoid these two pawns pushing forward. In general, having two pawns in the center of the board against none is very good, so just keep that in mind. Here, and now is where something pretty wild happens. The knight goes to the d5 square, which is actually already, as you can see in the top above me, the best move in the position. You know, the knight goes forward. We have a trade. The knight takes in the middle of the board, which is actually very tricky. The point is that if you take the knight, then there is this, right? And then you lose your queen. But white here has a counter, and the mini lesson here is don't leave your king in the center of the board. This is more a lesson for Wolfie as a 1300. Don't leave your king in the center of the board and then open up the position, because after queen a4 check, black just loses, because black is either going to lose the bishop or the knight for free. Lupo doesn't play that. He takes the knight, which is a blunder, and now he loses this. And so from this point forward, by his own admission, he is playing while looking at the chat moves, right? That is the admission. He plays a check rather than taking back the bishop. Then he takes back the bishop, and Reddit was all over this particular move because it's, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, it's a really, 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 I mean, it's just a very, very like unnatural move. And again, I can sympathize on a human level. I cannot sympathize, or when you participate in these types of events, when you have crossover between a chess event and like a prize money event, even if it's for charity, people get very, very, very upset, and I would argue justifiably so. There is a, you know, prize money involved. It's not really for charity, like the Nikhil Kamathvishi Anand thing. The move played here is pawn to b4, which is a wild, wild move. This is a pawn sacrifice, but the computer here for white is sacrificing this pawn to open up diagonals, open up straight lines, you know, do stuff like this, and I guess deflect the bishop from hitting the knight. I mean, the computer is obviously very, very strong. So takes. And to me, the most natural move here is bishop to b2, because that kind of makes sense, because you just opened up the diagonal and maybe you want to then bring the knight. Like, there are moves that I can justify. Moving the rook here is, I don't get. I mean, again, when the move is ultimately played, I can, you know, can start to appreciate it. Like, the bishop gets out of danger. This is all self-explanatory. rook blocking the back rank checkmate, all of this kind of makes sense. Now we see that bishop move opening up, targeting the queen on the f6 square, which was attacking. If you're playing this position with black, what you want to do, the way you want to win when you have an extra queen is you want to trade the rooks off the board. You want to get the rooks off. You want to trade the bishops. You want to trade the bishop for the knight. The less pieces white has, the less of a chance of counterplay they have. And as we see here, black is sort of getting swarmed by the bishop, the knight, the rook, right? All kind of pointing in that direction. But the knight comes back to the c2 square. This is an idea, and also this is an idea, right? So there is a monster counterattack being launched at the black king here by the underdog. And at the time of this game, by the way, black blundering a bishop, right? The queen was attacked, the queen moved, and now suddenly white has 3 pieces for a queen. White has activated all of their pieces successfully. They control the position. The king can't even walk up, so black's other rook is not ever entering the game. And the computer already thinks white is almost better. So now white goes from being a queen down to almost better. Rook comes here. Bishop c3 is a crazy move, stopping checkmate. Wolfie saw a queen sacrifice checkmate possibility because he's really good, very experienced player. And this is perhaps the craziest moment of the game. So this is the moment that, you know, again, there were moments in this game, Reddit was all over. The knight is attacked here. The bishop is attacked. That's not even an attack on the bishop. The bishop is targeted. And, you know, white first plays bishop here. So the bishop gets out of danger, attacks the queen, which is defended by the knight. And then on this move, Wolfie just straight up hangs a queen. Now, if you ask me what to do here, I will take the queen in a second. I will not even for a second do anything else because I realize that after that I can give a check and then take the pawn. We have check instead, and now the best move before you take the queen is to give this check. But you see that, right? It's better. And the reason for this is if you take this pawn, the king has to go to the back rank. Whereas if you take this, black will take with the pawn here, and what will happen then is the king will run forward. The king will be much more active and will not be squished on the back rank. That is the subtle difference between these moves. And we see, obviously, Lupo, by his own admission of reading chat moves, finds the better move. And again, not good. This was not good. Because when you are a 600 rated, frankly, even when you're 1324, you don't realize how it looks. And even here, not taking the rook with the bit, you know, and ultimately taking the pawn and delivering a checkmate. And I gotta tell you, I'll be totally honest, when I saw this game, I did not have a good feeling in my stomach. I saw the news, there was there was a big upset, and there are upsets in a streamer tournament all the time because not all streamers play the same amount of games. But when I saw this game, I was like, oh, yeah, this doesn't smell good.